He started the Naval Academy, etc. But he did a 10-volume series on American history. He started in 1841, he finished the last volume in 1888, so it took him, 50 years to get it all put together. It is loaded with documents, but he's called the father of American history because of the way he compiled that history. Well, that volume is purchasable today. They have reprinted that volume, or you can read it online on Google Books. There's also a series of books by a guy named Charles Coffin. Charles Coffin was a popular public school writer in the 1870s, 1880s, had a great series of textbooks that we used all over public schools. They've been reprinted, or you can go read them online.
So sounds like the kind of thing you could add to your library, even if you don't have kids at home still going to school.
That's right.
But if you do, whether they're going public school, private school, or homeschool, that's a great
asset
to put into that
And another
education.
thing that's out there is you now have so many of the founders' complete writings online. You can go online and search the writings of George Washington. You can search the writings of Thomas Jefferson. You don't have to rely on what a professor tells you. Go read the writings for yourself, and you can do word searches through it. It's real easy to pull up.
And you've got some CD-ROMs where you can do that as well, like
Yeah,
Patrick Henry
exactly
and
right.
some of the major guys.
We've
you can
taken,
get the whole...
great point, because we've taken several of the writings like of Patrick Henry and of George Mason and of Charles Carroll, these famous founding fathers who signed our documents, and we've just made them searchable CD-ROMs. At wallbuilders.com, we have a section of links where you can go to historical links. Avalon Project, Yale University, they're putting tons of original documents up.
Yeah.
What's called a Century of Lawmaking. The Congress of the United States has put the first 100 years of documents of America up online where you can search them. What's called Letters to the Delegates. That's all the letters written back and forth by the founding fathers to each other during the American Revolution. It's all searchable.
This is great because it's kind of like you were talking about earlier in the program, how the Bible was off limits for 1,000 years and only certain people got to read it. Same thing with the founding fathers.
Yeah.
It seemed like only the professors got it. Now it's available to all of us.
Now it's available to everybody.
Yeah.
And so that's a good way to get American history, but the key is the more you go back to original sources, the more accurate it's going to be. The further you get away from the actual event in your sources, the more likely it is to be infected with bad history and a bad view of America.